Today we'll be seeing the more important current affairs topics in respect to the government schemes and programs. Fine. Let me share my screen. Right. Get into our dashboard. Current affairs, and then we will see the most important topic today. In paper 2, general studies 1 subject, we have in section 3, Indian economy, we have rural development and initiatives. This is one of the unit, like one of the 6 units of section 3. Okay, right? So rural development and initiatives. Okay. So this is one of the major scheme. There's something called MP-LAD fund is cut. So what is MP-LAD? MP-LAD is more about member of parliament's aid to development. Okay. So what is this MP-LAD, right? MP-LAD, first we'll see why before the fund is cut, we'll see what is MP-LAD is all about. The MP-LAD is a fund, okay, provided to each member of parliament. I think the fund is around 5 crores or something, to for developmental activities in their constitutions. That doesn't mean that it will be the money will be transferred to the member of parliament and member of parliament will see how budget the money and then how the money will be implemented. No, it actually it's an allocation for member of parliament, and the member of parliament can, what is his main role is, he can only recommend, right? He can only recommend development activities. Right? Recommend to whom? Recommend to the district collectors, right? Like KS officers, IS officers, okay? To recommend that, okay, you can use this budget for this type of development activities. So development activities of the nature like uh, developing durable assets for community. Okay, and durable assets is it like mainly because of the is it like generic in nature? No, it's about locally felt needs. So whichever locality needs a durable assets, which is very important for them, those type of assets will be emphasized for development. For example, in urban area, malls are very it's locally emphasized, right? But same malls doesn't function in rural areas. Rural areas development activities will be different. They want check dams, right, for their irrigation activities, economical activities. But malls is a business economical activity, which is suitable for urban areas, something like that. And MPLADs can really recommend for those developmental of durable assets in those areas. So who is the implementation agency? For example, MPs recommend to the district collectors, and who will track all these recommendations? Who will see to that this are all implemented? Is the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Mind you, this is the one of the important, uh, it's one of the important and most important questions in terms of UPSC. They simply ask MPLAD scheme is who is the implementation agency for MPLAD. And such can see the relation between statistics and program implementation to MPLAD. It's more that doesn't come to our common sense, right? Like how will developmental activities related to the statistics program? But still, we need to by heart such things because such things questions are being asked by in UPSC. Okay, I hope I am clear. Any questions on this? Any questions on it? Let me know. Fine. So for those who joined us now, it's a very important topic. Okay. So what is cut? What is cut is this. If anyone is aware of this of the news, daily news, right? You'll be aware of that. Okay, central government approved non-authorization of MP-LAD for 2 years. Right? You have seen many of the leaders from Congress who oppose this step. Okay. So why this first step was taken? Simply because they wanted this money to be allocated for COVID-19 treatments. We have shortage of resources, right? We'll come to that. Next current topics is about the COVID-19 itself. So this is for 2 years it has been banned. The money will go to the Consolidated Fund of India. Fine. So it is basically for member of parliaments to recommend, not to implement themselves. Okay, recommend development activities to whom? The district collectors. Or for what? For development of durable assets for community. You remember there is something called Manrega also, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Generation. That is also develops durable assets, but it is mostly focused on employment generation. This is focused on pure and pure durable assets, and employment generation is a secondary thing. Right? So main purpose is to develop a durable assets. It's only the focal point is different in their own constituency, of course. And then who is the implementation agency? Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Just remember these things. Keep revising because these are the questions which are really pain, which comes in prelims, especially UPS. They try to ask these questions. Right? All right. So next, quickly get into the most important topic. Next topic one is rural development. We had covered in paper 2, General Studies 1, and we have paper 4, General Studies 3. Okay. Again, lot of COVID related news. So this becomes very important. Health and hygiene is the diseases is the most important unit in these days. I think you can expect many questions from here. All right. See the amount of updates are happening here. There are almost 3, 4, 5. Okay, so six. The sixth one. This is the highest number of current affairs happening in this unit. All right. So now, you remember the lot of testing treatment is happening for COVID-19. We all know. Like, question is where the budget will come from. Right? Who is sponsoring this? Which scheme is sponsoring this? We know the government of India is sponsoring this naturally, but still, it can. The government of India is too wide, and the state government is also too wide. So we need to know like which way, say for example, because of COVID-19, the budget which already passed cannot be changed, right? We know, like in the budget happens in the month of March, February, March, where they decide which ministry or which program should have certain amount of allocations, right? Now this budget is already set, and now we cannot, because of COVID-19 or whatever the anomalous situation we are in, we can't change the allocation. Now, question is from which allocation, from which part of the budget allocated earlier should be allocated for such expenditures. Right? Now, question is, yeah, there's a Ayushman Bharat scheme. The budget allocated for this will be utilized for free testing and treatment for COVID-19. If in the private hospitals, if someone gets COVID-19 treatment, it easily turns out to be lakhs of rupees for treatment because the doctors are paid premium high amount for obvious reasons. The support staffs, so many people who are involved in health sector are risking their lives. Hence, they are right to pay premium amount. So that's the reason. Fine, the patients are charged very high. Now, government is also providing the same service in the government hospitals, right? Now, question is who will sponsor this, right? So the sponsorship comes in the form of Ayushman Bharat scheme, like all the medicines, treatments, the ventilators, anything and everything is free of cost. And even if you want to get free testing in laboratories, right, just call some of your like lab. If you go to the walk into laboratory, there even testing is very high for COVID-19. So even that is provided free. Even that fund comes from Ayushman Bharat scheme. So now before we get into those allocations, let's see what is the scheme is all about. Okay. In 2017, there is a national health policy. Right? National health policy 2017 is the most important topic because it is explicitly mentioned in KS syllabus as part of General Studies paper 3. It is the very first topic to be learned. What is the national health policies? So as per this national health policies 2017, it had recommended for something called as universal health coverage. Till 2000, till the recommendation, what happened? Like those who are working in private companies or government employees used to get health coverage from the company or the government. Or some proactive people who are in business took paid a premium and they took the health coverages. But what about those people first in rural areas? Next is the poor people. We know like only the 29% of the people, India's people live in urban areas, right? And 70% live in rural areas. Not that rural area doesn't be aware of health coverage, they do aware, but the importance is less there. So 70% of the people in rural areas are at risk without health coverage. Even in urban areas, there are many poor people. In 29%, there are more than 50% in urban areas of poor people. Totally, there are 60 to 70% poor people. So who will cover them? So they wanted to have a universal health coverage. So universal health coverage is mostly about covering poor and vulnerable people. All right. So it includes what is, let's get into the details. So this Ayushman Bharat, okay, launched. So it includes health coverage up to 5 lakhs for 10 crore households. So 10 crore households, which are the households? Households are poor and vulnerable households, right? And there's no restrictions on the number of people in households. Remember, 5 lakhs cover is not per person, as we pay premium for us per person, right? It's not per person, it is 5 lakhs cover per household, right? And there's no restriction on number of people in households. Like any number of people can be in the households. Okay. So anyone wants to get health insurance, who's a health insurance, they can claim this out of this 5 lakh budget allocated for that family. For example, if the family is small, they'll get more allocation per member, right? If the family is big, they get less allocation per member. So it's not only about care, like not only about once you get disease and you have got some issues, then admit to hospital, then you're covered, but it also includes right prevention aspect as well, right? So many of our primary health centers are also made wellness centers. So they're also made as wellness center. What is wellness center? So they will give nutrients for pregnant women, right? Maybe they'll teach yoga. These kind of activities are also performed there to prevent people from getting ill, right? It's advantageous for both the person and also the government. It doesn't strain on government insurance payments and all. On the other hand, even as no one likes to be ill, right? And even it is at the secondary and tertiary stages as well. Okay. In one of the UPSC questions, they were asked like Ayushman Bharat is at only primary healthcare center or only secondary or only tertiary or fourth option is all. So option is all. So it covers all the centers, right? Then next question is it includes centrally sponsored scheme. See, already there were existing scheme for senior citizens healthcare insurance and Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. So these two schemes were subsumed under Ayushman Bharat scheme. So this is one more prelims type of questions. Following schemes were subsumed under Ayushman Bharat scheme. So you should be aware of. There are two schemes like Senior Citizen Healthcare Insurance Scheme and Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. So these two schemes were subsumed under Ayushman Bharat scheme, and we should know like these numbers is important because I think usually numbers are not important, but specific to this case is very important, right? Especially in mains exam, mains exam. Okay. Uh, Give me a moment. All right. So, okay, it is a the first for the last part is wanted to know is it is a part of India efforts to achieve Sustainable Development Goal number 3. Here also number is important. They simply ask, especially in KPSC, there are Sustainable Development Goal number 3 is relates to, right? Because this is a very, very most important topic. Like there were 17 Sustainable Development Goals, right? Which every country, most of the countries have agreed to meet by 2030. There are 17, and we should also know that what each sustainable development number refers to. One refers to poverty, three refers to healthness, six refers to climate. Okay, such type of commitments are there. This Ayushman Bharat scheme are also been quoted like commitment by Government of India towards health and wellness targets. So yes, part of this health and wellness targets, there is even at the international level, there is an item for universal health coverage, right? And it happened in 2015. Maybe national health policies is based on that. They came with policies which supports our commitment towards this sustainable development goal at the international level, at the United States level. And from that, the Ayushman Bharat scheme has been derived. Right? Hope you are following me. So why I'm getting into details is the most important topic first from the mains and also the prelims perspective. This whole thing relates to the healthcare sector, right? And now it is COVID-19. It's even more important because it is sponsoring this COVID-19 testing and treatments. I hope everyone is clear on this. Okay. Any doubts? Let me know.